Hey, I'm Michael Ruscher, and welcome to Popcasts. In this episode, we're going to be looking at Pop Bundle and how you can use it to optimize the performance of your site. I'm going to be showing you this simple, responsive image gallery. All it really does is asynchronously load in images and give you this little fancy box slider gallery to go through them. It's very simple, but in order for it to work, it does need to load in a bit of JavaScript. If we look into our network tab, we can see it's currently loading 5 different JavaScript files and 2 CSS files. We can do better than this. If we go down right now, we can see, if I refresh, that our total payload is 177 KB and we're making 17 requests. So let's optimize this. If we go into our index template, down in our footer is where we're referencing our JavaScripts. If we go ahead and wrap these with Pop Bundle, then Webpop will process this into a single concatenated and minified file. If we go now into our home page and hit refresh, we'll see that there's now just one JS file. And you'll also notice it's being served through rec-cdn, which is Akamai in this case, which will make sure that this file gets served from the closest possible server anywhere in the world you access it. Now, over in our actual script, we can see that everything has been combined and smushed together. And that really reduces the page load. You can see it's now 123 KB, whereas before it was 177. And instead of 17 requests, we now just have 13. Now, we can do even a little bit better if we were to also bundle this CSS. Now, these files are tiny, so we're not really going to see a big page weight improvement, but you'll also notice that this fancy box CSS is referencing a background image for this sprite for its close button and next and previous buttons. And one other thing that the bundle tag does, besides combine the files together, is it'll actually parse your style sheets for any background images or fonts you may be referencing, and then serve those through Akamai as well, which is great because Webpops servers are fast, but there's no beating the world's largest CDN. So let's hop back into our site. If I hit refresh now and take a look at our network tab, we'll see that our CSS is also now just one file. Basically, they've just been appended together. And if we scroll down a bit, this background image now has a completely different URL. You'll notice it's very long because the CDN uses a cache buster to make sure that it's always serving the same image to you unless you've changed it, which again reduces the amount of downloads a visitor needs to make because they'll just cache it. So that's pretty much it for the bundle tag. It's extremely simple and it makes life so much easier when you have other developers coming in. They don't need to configure any scripts or anything like that. They can just hop in and make changes. Now, another thing to note is that if you're in development, you may not want to have these minified JavaScript files. It's hard to work with and debug. So there's a really great solution for that. In Webpop, we have this concept of versions. And if you view the version URL, which is probably what you'd be working with in development, and open that up and view source on this, you'll notice that all the files are still separate. If we hop in our network tab and hit refresh, we'll see that, again, we have our 5 different JavaScript files and our 2 style sheets again. So now you can work on your assets unobstructed, and anytime you hit save, a new bundle will be generated for your production site. So to sum things up, Pop Bundle just makes it really easy to optimize your site for web performance. Just bundle it.